Hello everyone, I'm Mitchell Byrd, and thank you for coming to yet another video. Today is going to be a movie review, something that I haven't done on this particular channel, and something that I've always wanted to do. We're calling it Bird's Eye Review, so I hope you like it. Today, we're going to be reviewing The Founder. Okay, movie came out in 2016, and had a lot of success, actually. And I have now seen it for the third time. And so the first time I saw it was about 2 years ago, and I loved it. It was one of my favorite movies, honestly. It was great. And I loved it so much that I stopped eating McDonald's food for 4 months. I don't know. Kind of crazy, right? It is kind of crazy that I would do that for that long. But in all seriousness, this movie was awesome. It had a lot of really good things going for it. And I want to kind of break down exactly why I like this movie and exactly how I grade each movie that I watch and how I determine whether that's a good movie or a bad movie. Now, I have 5 stars that I can give each movie. 5 stars would be, it's in my top 10 favorite movies, basically. There was no errors. I loved it. It was wonderful. Each star I have representing something. So the first star I have is my overall experience. It gets a full star if I overall enjoyed the movie. If I kind of liked it, it would get a half star. If I didn't like it at all, it would not get a star in that case. And that's how it will be for the rest of them. My second star would be the story of the movie, or if it's an animated like Disney movie, how good the singing was, or music in that movie was. That's also part of that second star. Another star is rewatchability. So it either gets a star or it doesn't. So that one's pretty simple. Would I rewatch the movie? So that one's pretty straightforward. A fourth star is how good the acting was in the movie, or also the animation. So if it's an animated film, how good was the animation? If it was a live action, how good was the acting in that movie? And my last one is how good the cinematography was. And for an animated film, how well did the story in an animated film flow? Did the characters look like they, were working out together? Whatever it is, like, did I enjoy the characters in that animated film? Did it flow for me? And so that's how I rate my 5 stars. And that's how I will do it for all my movies that I will review in the future. And at the end of each video, I'll say what I scored that particular film. So talking with The Founder, the movie that I'm reviewing today, I really, really liked this movie. No, not liked. I loved this movie. It is honestly one of the best movies that I've seen in a little while, and I've rewatched this movie for now the 3rd time. And I've written down my thoughts. I wrote down all of what I was feeling about this movie this morning. And here is kind of just expelling it all out, what I was feeling about this movie. John Lee Hancock is the director of this film, and you might also know him from The Blind Side, which is another fantastic drama. And something that I love about his movies and directing is he makes the story very clear cut, and very easy to understand. You know exactly what's happening in The Blind Side, even if you're not a football fan. You know exactly what's happening in The Founder, even though there's lots of characters coming in and a lot of different things happening. It's just a very clear-cut and very easy to understand movie. And that's something that really appeals to me. Not that I wouldn't be able to understand a complex movie, but it just makes it an easier watch, which I enjoyed. Also, the acting in this film is super top-notch. A lot of really good performances in this movie, including one of my favorite in Michael Keaton. I seriously think that this is his greatest acting performance, besides obviously like maybe the Batman's. I don't know. This is such a good movie and such a good performance by him, where he draws on your heartstrings, really. He really pulls emotion out of you in this film, which is super cool. You can relate to him. He's a protagonist in this film. And something that I loved about this movie is that the protagonist flipped to the antagonist towards the end. Not really too big of a spoiler, but it's incredible, and it's so cool to watch. Something along the line of spoilers, while I have that in my thoughts, I will not be spoiling any of the movies that I review, and if I do have any spoilers, I will clearly state before I start, there will be spoilers in this review. And I will always warn you before I start with a spoiler, so that you can skip ahead at certain parts, and so that you can really avoid being spoiled of a movie, especially if it's a newer movie. And so with this movie, nothing has been spoiled yet. One of my favorite scenes in this movie is when he first tries a McDonald's burger and has that experience. It's such a cool part of the movie, and just to see how quick it was and how that was revolutionary, that it really was the first fast food, which is so cool to think about, that that's not how it's always been. And so that's something that I found incredibly fascinating with this movie. And it's just cool to see how, something that we have grown up with, something that we have always had around, wasn't so commonplace back then. It wasn't an idea that people just normally had. And so it's really cool to see kind of that development. Also, a word that is thrown around a lot in this movie is persistence. And that is something that I personally have been trying to work on. And with that, I want to be more persistent and tenacious with making videos. I know I haven't made a lot of videos in the past. I told myself that I'd make 24 videos this year. And with that, I've only made, I think, 4 now. So I have some catching up to do, for sure. And that's why I'll need your help. Not really, but I would like you to drop a like, drop a comment also on what movies and or TV shows you'd like me to review in the future. I would love to be able to review any like TV episodes or TV, maybe a season of a good TV show, as well as any movie. Really, I'm open to viewing. Please drop a comment, and I'd love to be able to review it and kind of share my thoughts on this. Also, if you want to start reviewing movies, there is an awesome website called Letterboxd. I will drop a link in the description, as well as my own account on Letterboxd. You can read any of my reviews and not have to sit through watching me talk about it down below. And you can see other movies that I've starred. Again, the 5-star system. With Letterboxd, you can vote and rate your own movies through there. And you can add me as a friend, and we can become, movie review partners, if you will. Something else that I'd love to mention is that I will always be doing a written and a video review if I ever do a bird's eye review. A lot of you are probably wondering, wait a second, but what did he rate The Founder? The Founder, as I've said, I've loved this movie, and I've given this movie a 4.5-star rating. Now, let me explain. I loved my overall experience in this movie. I definitely would recommend it. I definitely would rewatch this movie again, even though I've seen it 3 times. The acting in this movie is top-notch. It's incredible. The cinematography is awesome. The story is really good, really simple, and really easy to understand, which I love. Everything in this movie was just working for me. The only reason I didn't give it 5 stars was there was some parts of the movie that were either confusing or just didn't really fit. Scenes that didn't need to happen, storylines that really didn't need to be pushed so hard, and it just worked a little bit better for me if they just left that out. I'm not going to spoil anything, obviously, but that's the only reason, and that's really just me nitpicking. This movie was truly awesome, truly great. I loved it. And so I definitely recommend you watch it. If you do watch it, shoot me a text or comment down below whether you liked the movie or not, or your own opinion on the movie, because I'd love to hear how you felt about the movie. And if you want, you can create an account on Letterboxd. I will have, again, a link to that down below, and you yourself can review it, and I'll even read your review if you would like. So thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Be on the lookout for more. I'm definitely going to do more of these bird's eye review segments on movies, TV show episodes, and who knows, maybe songs, whatever else you want me to review, I will do it, because I just enjoy doing that. And so, please, again, comment down below, and I will catch you guys on the flippity flip. Go eat a burger or something, and enjoy the movie The Founder.